Welcome back. We turn now again to the breaking news from overnight. The suspect in a pair of targeted shootings of Minnesota lawmakers is now in police custody this morning. Vance Luther Bolter has been charged with 2 counts of murder and 2 counts of attempted murder after a multi-day manhunt. Joining us now, Democratic Senator Amy Klobuchar of Minnesota. Senator Klobuchar, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We should also offer condolences. This is obviously a very hard moment for the state writ large, but especially for you. I know Melissa Hortman, one of the victims in the shooting, was someone you knew very well, you had seen recently. Tell us a little bit about her, please.
Of course. As we talk about political violence and people talk about statistics and motives, I hope one thing that comes out of this is people will understand what some fine public servants are about, and that is Melissa Hortman. This is a woman that went in. I got to know her. We were both moms with young kids running for office. She knew practically everyone in her district. She worked at her dad's used auto parts store. She juggled being a Girl Scout leader and a Sunday school teacher and trained dogs. She loved dogs. And she and her husband raised 2 great kids. All that time, she moved up in the legislature and became what many are saying, including Republicans in our state, one of the most consequential speakers of the House in Minnesota history, ushering in major changes to law like school lunch and paid family leave. And just this last year, and I think Joe would especially appreciate this, the legislature was tied, and she and Representative Demuth, her Republican counterpart, through the year negotiated a budget and were able to negotiate a budget for the state with the governor's support. That is Melissa, and I cannot tell you what a decent person she was. So I do hope, as we call for bringing the temperature down and less horrific rhetoric and posts, that people remember her face and what she did, as well as my friend Senator Hoffman, who is thankfully and somehow recovering with his wife Yvette, despite multiple gunshots.
Senator, you talked about bringing the temperature down. It feels like the temperature's only rising, right? The threats against lawmakers, both at the federal, state, and local level. Can you talk a little bit about that? Being a U.S. Senator, are you seeing a massive surge in threats? Are you taking precautions? Are you guys getting more security compared to, say, a couple years ago?
We have been, certainly in the last few days here in Minnesota. A number of elected leaders have received more security, and I thank Senator Thune and Senator Schumer for asking for that security on the Senate side. When I was chair of the Rules Committee, I worked really hard to get more security for members' homes and offices. And that is because of the facts. 2016, there were about 1,700 threats against members of Congress. Now, in the last year of 2024, there were over 9,000 threats. You're seeing the same in the judiciary with judges appointed by both Republican and Democratic presidents and governors. You're seeing the same thing with election judges. People are reading things online. This is just my view. This is a lot of it. Look at the unbalanced sick man who bludgeoned Speaker Pelosi's husband. They read things online, they believe them, they start acting them out, they already are imbalanced themselves, and they actually go do what they're reading online. So that has been a contributor, as well as, of course, a lot of hateful rhetoric, and there's a lot of politicians that should be looking in the mirror and bring their rhetoric down.
Well, one politician, and I will say a man that I've known and in the past have had a good relationship and seemed like a soft-spoken man, but somebody that posted this weekend, Republican Senator Mike Lee of Utah, obviously facing strong criticism for a social media post about the Minnesota shooting suspect. Yesterday, Lee posted a picture of the suspect at the door of one of the lawmakers with the caption, "This is what happens when Marxists don't get their way." It is the pinned tweet at the top of his page. 25 minutes later, the senator posted another picture of the suspected shooter with the caption, "Nightmare on Wall Street," mocking, of course, the situation with the name of the Minnesota governor. Both of those posts came hours before Lee tweeted a Happy Father's Day message. Conservative journalist Brad Palumbo responded to one of the posts writing, quote, "What the hell is Mike Lee doing? Has he completely lost it? Meanwhile, contributing editor for The Atlantic, Norm Ornstein wrote, even for Mike Lee, this is beyond disgusting, disinformation beneath contempt. We're used to, Senator, we're used to wackos on the extremes on both sides, posting bizarre things on social media. What happens when it's mainstreamed by a senator? Again, a guy that I've known and who used to try to be a thoughtful, conservative voice for small government conservatism, when he starts posting things like this. And what's the United States Senate's answer to that? I only ask that because I can tell you, back in my days, I guess in the Stone Age it is now, I mean, a senator on either side would have been roundly condemned by members of his or her own party if they had done this.
I have condemned what Mike Lee did here at home, and I will speak to him about this when I return. And what I'm going to tell him is, this isn't funny what happened here. This was an incredible woman, her husband, her 2 kids yesterday on Father's Day. There was no Father's Day for them. They lost both their parents. I'll tell him about the law enforcement that did incredible work here. We had a 43-hour manhunt, the biggest manhunt in Minnesota's history, hundreds and hundreds of officers, 20 SWAT teams, going door to door to door, citizens on edge, hiding in their homes. And they finally were able to arrest this man who was armed, but there was not a shooting, and bring him into custody, and did their jobs. And by the way, if the police had not on their own decided to go over to Representative Hortman's home without a call because of what they noticed, of course, had happened, the tragedy at Senator Hoffman's house, they thought, well, maybe we should check this out. Well, they weren't able to prevent the deaths. They were able to identify the suspect because he ran out and his car was left there. Otherwise, more people would have been killed. So that's what I'm going to tell Senator Lee when I get back to Washington today, because this is not a laughing matter. And certainly what we're seeing in increasing violence, and this evil man who did this is not a joke.
All right, Democratic Senator Amy Klobuchar of Minnesota, thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Thank you.
And please send our thoughts and prayers and love to the families and the people of Minnesota.
I will do that. Thank you.
All right.